Hello all! Welcome to Build the Millennium Falcon, parts 2 and 3. These are the issues where we really get going. These are the issues where it all starts to come together. So I am looking forward to showing you all what I have done so far. So before I get going, I just want to do a shout out to my good friend Mr. Jones. You can find him over at Hobby Hero on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description below. He's going to be doing a video series on customization of the Millennium Falcon. I'm going to keep this series quite vanilla, just putting it together as the pieces come. But if you are curious about how you could add your own little touch to your Falcon model, go over to Hobby Hero ! And he's got loads of hints and tips, instructional videos to show you. I just finished watching his quad laser cannon customization video and it comes out spectacularly. So if you are interested in customizing your model, hit the link in the description and head over to Hobby Hero ! Before we get going on the actual looking at the pieces, I just want to spend just a little bit of time talking about the first free gift that you get with issues 2 and 3 if you subscribe, and that is the t-shirt. As you can see, you've got a blueprint of the Falcon there, just like on the actual blueprint. And then if you turn it over, you got the logo and the quote. That's the t-shirt. It's thick, it's good quality, it's navy blue, not much else to say. Okay, so just a quick note about subscriptions. If people are worrying about when they're going to get an invoice through, or they're going to get an email through, how they're going to pay it, when you get it through in the black bag, you'll have a little payment details. It's nothing for me because I subscribe to the trial, so I get the first 4 issues, I think it is, free. And then it says the amount due will be collected by direct debit on whatever date it will be. So you will get your invoice with your monthly delivery. So if any of you were worried about how they're going to take the payment, when they're going to take the payment, they haven't let you know when they're going to take the payment, this is how they do it, which I think is pretty neat. So here are the parts from issue 2. First of all, first things first, I saved you the trouble of watching me stick on the stickers for the table and for the cockpit panel. But basically, you have to make sure that the sticker is aligned correctly with the metal part, and you can do that by matching the edge of the white parts with the light bar here. When you've done that, the sticker will be on correctly. So that is the table that they play the holographic game in. I can't pronounce what it's actually called, sorry. And the next thing we have is the screwdriver. Now it's magnetic and it's got a, very hard to see on camera, but it turns at the end so you can hold it and turn it. It's the perfect size for the Falcon, obviously, because it's designed for that. And it's a nice little addition. I'll be using this in years to come, long after Build the Millennium Falcon is finished. Yes, it may not seem like it now, but this will end one day. Like I said, I stuck the sticker on the cockpit control panel here. Very nice. As you can see, there's indentations, there's holes for pieces that will come later. Oh, my finger's covering it, that's not helpful. There we go. So to stick it on, you need to make sure that the holes are still seen, like that. There we go. And then it's just a very simple case of sticking it on. Just to do a quick comparison to the cockpit of the other, I've got the trial cockpit here, all complete. This is the control box of the trial. If we compare that to this new one here, it's much nicer. Actually, I think it might be that way around. Yes, it is. It's a lot bigger. It's nicer. It's more rounded. It's a completely different shape. So again, they've taken the time in these 8 months that they had off, and they've looked at probably the master replica version, different models of the Falcon, and made it better. I'm curious about what these little holes will be for, but I'm sure we'll find out at a later date. Also, we've got some more framework pieces here and our first lot of connectors to connect the framework. Just a quick note about the screws. They are going to be colour coded. So black is for fixing the framework together. I can't remember off the top of my head what the rest of the colours are, but I'll explain in future videos. Which I think is a really nice addition. They didn't have to do that. Just for the amateur model maker, the people who are unsure, they've really gone to all the lengths they can to make this as easy as possible for beginners it's just a nice little touch which they didn't have to do. Of course, the main part of issue 2 is the turret gun base here. Just to compare it with the trial, it's got paint on it. It looks like the Falcon paint. There's not much else to say. The paintwork is added, and that is a nice addition. Not only that, as you can see here, there are blaster holes here, and they're indented. You can kind of tell with the shadows. I'd look at these ones as well. They are also indented. There we go. So they've added a bit of weathering already. They've added some blaster damage. They've made it look like junk, which the Falcon is. Yeah, I mean, another thing to notice is that the trial piece was a lot thicker than the actual official piece. Again, the new design coming through here. And also I think we might have some turret interiors, because this is just a plain open space here, whereas this was covered from the bottom with this piece. Now that might just be because it was a trial, they just thought they'd put it in. It might not. Time will tell. We've got little connectors here, if this camera ever focuses, these two holes here, which had this piece on in the trial. So I'm not sure what they're going to be for, but again, time will tell. So it's painted, that's the main thing. That's what adds the better quality look. It's weathered. It's how I felt about this piece when I first got it, all over again, because it's brand new. So I'm just going to pop the gun in, and there we go. So 2 Millennium Falcon turrets. Falcon turrets. The trial and the real one. They got it spot on the first time, you know. They did get it spot on, but this is just nicer, it's cleaner.
Oh, I just want to say thank you to Rob Guile and others who pointed out that I did the gun wrong in the previous issue.
In my issue 1 video, sorry about that, didn't read the instructions properly. But yeah, I'm just going to give more screen time to this turret part. Forget that. The trial's gone. The trial is gone to this turret part, because this is essentially what the Falcon is all about. This is what we're building. We're building a painted, good quality metal and resin model, and it is personified in this piece. And I think that this piece alone is just gorgeous. So we're now going to move on to the framework parts of issue 2, and I just want to give just a few seconds to the back end of this blueprint. At the end of every video I'll put the pieces onto the other side of this blueprint to show you what the progress is, but on the back side of this I didn't fully understand this till I got this issue. It's so detailed. Every single frame is marked. We now have 1, 2, 3 and 4 with issues 1 and 2. You'll get a sense just by looking at this blueprint how it all works. We've got strengthening rods that will come at later issues, and you can see how the framework is going to be put together. Also, you can also see the parts that we already have here. I mean, if we just take the issue 1 part, this is top plate TP, top plate 1, which is there. So you kind of get a sense of how it's all going to come together with this blueprint, which I kind of missed in my initial look at it. TF stands for top frame, just want to throw that in. So this blueprint is not only just a nice thing to frame, maybe at the end, maybe as a backdrop to the finished Falcon, but it is incredibly detailed. It's even got the scaling right, and yeah, once again, blown away by something which I took for granted in the first issue. So yes, the framework. I'm going to do a little speed up video putting together the framework pieces from this issue and the previous issue. And there we have it. The first frame, let's get this right. top frame 1, 2, 3 and 4 all connected here. If you want to, you can get the placing from issue 1, placing the whole plate from issue 1 and put it into these 2 holes here. Hey, Pig's back! Hey, Pig face! Just to get a sense of where it goes. It needs more frames that will come with issue 4. I remember in the trial that I said that the connectors have to be, the flat piece needs to be against the metal frame so that we see the inscription and the wording upwards. It's changed slightly with the official release. It's now on the actual plate framework itself, and the connecting pieces are flat both sides. I probably should have shown you before I put it together. But they are flat both sides, so there's no issue of getting it the right way or the wrong way. Another way that DeAgostini here has made it really simple for beginner model makers. So that is the parts from issue 2. It's really exciting issue 2 because you start putting pieces together, you start connecting things, you can really get a sense of how this build is going to progress and how it's going to move forward, and it will only continue right here. So these are the issue 3 parts. Let's start off with the seats. I think this is the main part of the issue. Very good quality. The detailing on them is fantastic. There's no way that that's going to zoom in that close. The lines on them, oh, you had it there. Come on, camera. You can make it out there. They're very, very nice models. You've got the armrests here. And you've got the main seats here, which is nice curved. There's a bit of confusion about why they're red, because in the film I think they're like off-white or beige. But hey, I'm digging the red. The red is fine for me. Just to do a comparison then of 2 of these pieces, just move these aside for now. The official red and the official back seat compared to the trial. Let's start with the red. Yeah. Much improved. This is just a square little Lego brick in comparison, which is crazy. And the sizing was probably all wrong, or they've made it the cockpit slightly bigger. I don't know, but there we go. This one doesn't stand up on its own because it's not square; it's rounded. And that's the comparison. You got much more attention to detail from the original. There's not much else to say. And even though on the face of it these parts look very similar, there is a slight size difference, and of course on the official release you get the armrest, which is a nice touch. So all in all, once again, a vast improvement to what you got in the trial. Thank you, DeAgostini, for that. Moving on to other pieces then, you get in issue 3, you get the back door here with a sticker. This time it comes with a sticker, which you didn't get in the trial. It's got a hole. Is that a hole, or is that just... No, that's just artwork there. If anyone wants to buy me a new camera while I continue these videos, because we're going to have 2 years of shaky cam, otherwise, be my guest. So that sticker will go in there. I will do that in a moment. But just to compare this as it stands, because in the trial we had it there. Again, it's a similar piece. The size difference again is noticeable. If I push that up there, it is bigger. More shape to it, more care to it, a better quality material. I don't know if you can see there, that's got a nice sheen to it, whereas that's just normal plastic. Same connecting parts, but yeah, it's again a vast improvement. Also, which I really like, is you get the steering wheels. I think I had issues with this, what they were called before, but they're actual metal parts this time. Zooming on that one, so let's look at this one. Yeah, you get actual cockpit handlebars, steering wheels, whatever you want to call them. In the trial version, all we got were these metal things that you just pinned in. They didn't stick out, they didn't do anything. They slightly turned, but I wasn't entirely sure if you meant to, because it might damage it. These, vast improvement. And also, just like with the trial version, we get the little kind of thrusting, I haven't taken it out of the pack yet, but the little thruster metal parts as well. that will go here. Whoops, just like in the trial version. And the last piece then is some more hull plating, which is similar to the piece we got in trial issue 3, of course. This one is very similar, better quality, deeper holes, feel the same, again slight size difference because it matches the rest of the new model. Not much else to say. In fact, hold on, I don't know which one is the... Let's start off nice and simple. We'll just put the chairs on. So the back chairs, oops, just clip onto the notches there. Oh no, they slide on. Yeah, slide and push on. Yeah, there we go. And then the red chairs, they also slide on. Push on, there we go. Not much room back there for people, but hey ho. The cockpit is obviously quite small. Smaller than we thought. Oh dear, no, I'm late. There we go. Like that. I'll just put that to the side for now, and we'll get this piece here. And we'll slot the door in with the sticker. And that just pushes in like so. Oh, so it clicks if you heard that. Hey, look at that. That's pretty awesome. Then get the floor bit back. And this is what the handles look like outside of the packaging. Can't really see. But there are two little slots there and there. It's very hard to make out on camera. They're the darker square patches of this cockpit part. We just put the handle, push it in like so. This is a little fiddly, so I'll be right back. And I'm back. Yeah, there's no way I'll be able to have done that on camera. So these two pieces here I found incredibly loose, so I've popped a little bit of glue in before sticking them down, and I also put glue on the seats, so they are glued down. Oh, you can see a bit of glue residue there. I'll get it off a little later. So the next step then for the cockpit is there's a hole there, and in that hole goes the steering wheel, or whatever you want to call it, for that side. And similarly there's a hole there for that there. And there we go. We also have this bit from issue 2. Has two little tabs. Come on, reflection. Show us where the tabs are. You can't really see it, but there are two little, there we go, right, two little tabs there, and two holes here. You just pop them in like so. Another fiddly bit. There we go. Push that down. So that is what a cockpit looks like, which is pretty darn sweet, to be honest. And then we get the back of the cockpit, and there's two tabs there and there. I'm going to do this off camera, be right back. And at the end of issues 1, 2 and 3, that's what the cockpit looks like. A little bit like H.G. Wells's Time Machine. Yeah, gorgeous. The back panel, for some reason, it really pops. In comparison to the trial version, which I'll just get here. Here we go, there's the trial version. Ooh. Possibly because it's got all of its seats where the trial version doesn't, but I mean, look how tiny that red chair is in comparison. The back looks fantastic. The sticker on the inside does help the door. But, I mean, this one is far, far better. It looks more like the Falcon from the film. The instrument panel again. You got the two little accelerator levers and the wheels. The back of this one, it was just wheels that are clipped on and the accelerator pedals. Once again, a vast improvement. So thank you, DeAgostini, for that. So now that the cockpit's all assembled, there's only one more thing to do. And that is put everything onto the blueprint. So let's start with the cockpit. Beautiful cockpit there. So as you can see, it's got the design just there. Just put it over the top like so. We will then, let's put this piece onto the wireframe to make a pig face. Then put pig face on here, like so. There we go there. We have the table. Now, unlike the trial, this blueprint doesn't have the insides, but it's somewhere around there. The piece that we got with issue 3 goes on there, so slot that in, which leads very nicely to the turret part being placed on like that. And there we have it. There's still a long way to go, guys, but of course there is. This is only the second video out of a 2-year project. It's going to be amazing. So that's it for now, folks. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't done so already. You don't have to, though, of course. If you picked up on the non-Star Warsian reference in this video without looking at the description, then me and you have one more thing in common with Star Wars, which is all pretty good. So I'm going to sign out here, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Bye bye.